Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode. We're the Road to Glory podcast. I'm Juliet.
And I'm Cecilia. And today's episode is slightly different because, as we all know, we are sadly on a summer break from F1 Academy and F2, F3, all the good stuff. But of course, we are still here.
Yeah.
Which is an important part.
Yeah, this is a good time for us to kind of do a little bit of different content. Answer some questions that you guys may have, because it can get very busy during the season with race reviews and stuff that we may not be able to get to stuff. So this break is a good time to get to stuff that we wouldn't normally be able to.
Exactly. So basically today's episode is gonna be a bit of a Q&A with like theater series related questions that you have sent in to us on our Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, you're missing out because you could have asked this stuff there. So go ahead and do that. Link will be down in the description if you're on YouTube, and I'm sure it will be somewhere if you're listening to it on Spotify as well. Should we just get into it then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So one of the first questions that we got was, if you could race in any team, which team would you pick?
Okay, so we're going like feeder series related teams, right? Obviously, because that's what we focus on here. And now, this is a hard one because, like, my heart says one thing. My heart says Prema, because Prema is family, and Prema is we love Prema here. I will never shut up about Prema, but Prema has not been doing too well in F3 and F2 at the moment. F2 a little bit better. So if we talk about F3, I'm going to say I want to race in Trident. We just had the champion crowned racing in Trident. So I would have to go with Trident because I want to win. Thank you very much. And then honestly, in F2, it's like no team is that dominant. I don't know. Now I'm like...
No, it's a tough one.
It is. Maybe I'll just put myself in Prema and hope that they get better.
Yeah, hope for the best.
Exactly. Get my Prema dominance back because I will be there, so that's what I say.
And not be supported by any F1 team because you want that lovely Prema livery.
Exactly. I'm in no junior academies. I'm full Prema livery, and the curse has been lifted.
Yes, that's actually what we need.
Yeah, and what about you?
It is a tough choice, as you also said, because as the same way that you feel, Prema is literally family. Like, that is such a great team to, like, be at as a driver. Like, no doubt about it. Also, like, if you have been a Prema driver once, even if you switch teams, you'll always be a Prema driver. Like, you just part of the family then. So I think I would have to go with Prema, like, regardless of how they perform, I would also just, like, hope for the best. And, like, if you want to go for, like, I need to win this championship, obviously Trident is a good choice for F3. Also, like, even though it is very even in F2, it does look like Invicta is the team to be at the moment, because obviously they actually won Teams Championship last year and Drivers Championship, and they look to maybe be able to do the same again this year. Yeah. And I was like, when we're talking about Prema, if we are in F1 Academy, Prema is a great place to be still, because they have very much dominated that series for the years it has been on so far. So yeah, I could honestly see myself in probably most likely Prema in whatever category.
You know how, like, it's like, in F1, it's like, oh, people always dream of racing in red. Dream of racing in Prema red.
It's the same. Yeah, it is the same in feeder series because people want to be in Prema because they are iconic and they are family.
Exactly.
Okay, should we move on to the next question? Yeah. Okay, so that is, if you could only watch one race, like one specific track to watch a race, which race would it be? So, like, if we could only see, like, this, like, the Silverstone Grand Prix forever, or, like, Sao Paulo Grand Prix forever, which one would it be?
So hard. Like, honestly, I know ones that I'm like, no, not choosing Las Vegas.
Fair. I was like, obviously, we don't have a lot of feeder series races there, so, like, if we're thinking, like, what really good places do F2, F3, F1 Academy, whatever, race at? Like, what would that be? What would be epic to watch forever? And only that.
Maybe Australia, to be honest. I love
Yeah.
Australia. I love the race. I love the track, the vibes. First race of the season. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, it's just
No.
Australia. I'm going with
Australia, that is a good one to choose. Honestly, I would maybe choose that as well, but now I'm thinking like if I'm only watching Australia for the rest of my life, that means only watching F2, F3 when it's like in the middle of the night or like very early morning.
This isn't a fictional land
So-
where I can watch it whatever time I want.
Okay, that is good to know because otherwise I was questioning your sanity.
No,
so that's
like
fine.
1 a.m. F2 race is not what I want.
No. Or like in this world, we're just in Australia, like maybe watching the race at the
Yes,
track.
happy for that.
Yeah, that would make sense. For me, I'm not sure because as like for entertainment to like have like a really good race to watch every year, I feel like Silverstone always delivers, like it just
Yeah.
does, especially in F2, F3. But I was also thinking, like when we're thinking of like good F2, F3 races, or like obviously Monza is the final F3 race every year. Or like actually it isn't next
Not
year.
next year.
But like no, I after I said that it's like not anymore. But like if we live in a world where we're still
Yes.
Monza, like that is an epic race to watch. But usually F3 title gets decided. Not this year.
No.
It's like the outlier. But yeah, next year is it like like Madrid? That's the last race
That's
next.
the final, which is I'm kind of looking at going because how epic.
Yeah.
Like I want to be at the final race where it's decided, unless we have another dominance again.
Honestly, like I can't imagine Madrid being the last race in F3, and also like it's gonna be chaos because it's a track that has never been raced at before. And
Street
I'm thinking,
circuit.
yeah, street circuit as the last
What?
race, like it's gonna be
Chaos.
mad. Ring is gonna bring the madness, like
Honestly, I'm really
for
excited
sure.
for it.
I think it's gonna be cool. I was like, it would be great to be there. So fingers crossed you'll maybe be there to watch it actually live in person. Okay, so more questions. We got like a lot of questions like we can put into one, which is basically all about our experience in the feeder series paddock in Silverstone, like how we got in there and like what we experienced, stuff like that. So do you want to start off on that?
Yeah, well, as we mentioned a lot of the time, we love Prema. We really
Yes.
love Prema. And for those of you who don't know, Prema have a fan club. Woo! How exciting, right? You do have to pay, which controversial, but what you get with what you pay is just so worth it. So we are both members of the Prema fan club. You pay €30 a year. You get exclusive Q&As, behind-the-scenes content. You get to submit fan arts that can go on their website. You get a lot of things. And they say that if you go attend a race and they will try and see if they can get you for a garage tour. Right. So that is what we got the opportunity to do at Silverstone. We were very lucky, and everything just kind of lined up for us, because we couldn't go at the original scheduled time that all the other fan club members went because we had a pit walk, and the two of us and another girl got to go in like a little bit earlier than everyone else, so we got like a private tour. Say it that way.
Yes. Yeah.
And we got a tour of the garage, of the pit lane. We got to see the historic cars on the actual circuit, which was really cool. We actually spent like 2 hours there chatting to their drivers, getting a tour from Prema personnel. And yeah, that was kind of how we got in. How we got in the other days just kind of was because we made some connections with the Prema contact that we got when we got in there, and we were allowed to come back because there were passes available. So this is all depending on if they have passes available, because some racetracks, they get a lot of guests coming in or sponsors, and then they really can't get a lot of people in. So it just depends on availability.
Exactly, because if you like go into their website, it's not like it's a guarantee at all, like this will be your experience if you join the fan club. It's very much like, if possible, you can meet the drivers. Like, also, like, obviously, maybe at some races that won't be in the feeder series paddock, maybe that will be at another point at the track somewhere, like a meetup kind of thing.
Yes.
Maybe, if possible, if the time is there. But yeah, we were definitely very fortunate, like, just how things aligned. Like, it was meant to be somehow.
Absolutely. Everything aligned, and we actually got to walk the grid for the F3 sprint race on the Saturday, which was just such an incredible experience. It's not like walking the grid for the F1. You don't get that much time on there.
No.
We were on there for maybe like not even 5 minutes. 4 minutes?
I don't even know like how long it was because like I had no sense of time. It's like, how am I here? Like I'm not important enough to be here. Like it felt crazy. But yeah, it was an insane experience. I was like one you don't get every day, and like one I certainly didn't expect to get. I was like, we are not really allowed to share anything from it, unfortunately, because like they have very strict rules about like honestly just our phones. We couldn't even like take pictures or videos ourselves. We are lucky enough that Prima employee that we were with took some photos and videos for us, but then again, we're actually not allowed to share that because F2 and F3 have super strict rules about basically approving everything. But it was insane just actually being there. Like, didn't feel real.
No, we were really, really lucky, and just everything aligned for us. So I definitely would say join the Prima fan club, because you never know what might happen, and it's just so worth it. Even if you're not attending a race, you get Zoom calls with the drivers where you can literally just ask them any questions like that as well. So definitely do it. You should join the Prima fan club.
It is 100% worth it. Like, I've not heard about a single person not being happy about the Perma Fan Club experience. I know that they do have some issues right now with new members. Like, if you want to join right now, you might not be able to at the moment, but it is something they will get sorted. They're just having, like, technical difficulties at the moment. But yeah, it is 100% worth it. Also, like, if you live in Italy or planning on going to Italy, if you're part of the Prima Fan Club, there also will be some times where you can actually get a factory tour, which is insane. Like, I want to do that.
No, literally, when I saw the email pop up, I was like, can I get myself to Italy? I could not. I was in South Africa at the time. But if you are a fan club member, you get emails throughout the year with exciting stuff.
Yeah, so definitely, if you're not part of the Prima Fan Club yet, definitely do it. Because, like, when we were in Silverstone, the thing that kept running through my mind when we were with Prima is literally, this is the best 30 euros I have ever spent in my life. Like, what do you mean I got all this for, like, that amount of money? And also, like, if you, obviously, if you're not actually going to a race, still being a part of the fan club, being part of the exclusive Discord and like exclusive Q&A sessions, it's all worth it.
Very much so.
And it was really nice being with Prima. Like, obviously when you're in the feeder series paddock, it is pretty open, so we also like got to see other teams' drivers, which was very fun as well.
We got to meet a lot of some of our favorite drivers. Which was really cool, because we were let loose. We were like, you can wander wherever you want. Whoa, what do you mean?
Yeah, like, what am I doing now?
Yeah, I was like, I do not belong here. But we had so much fun.
It was an amazing time. Like, I am already looking forward to, in the future, hopefully being able to do something similar again. Like, please. Hope it will happen. Manifesting it very much. So, yeah, obviously the exact experience we had is not something that can be replicated, maybe, possibly, and isn't something you should expect, but still, like, just join the Prima Fan Club and you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, agreed.
Also, like, if people have more specific questions about the feeder series paddock, our experience being there, please let us know.
Leave it down below.
Send them to us. Yeah, do whatever. Like, leave a comment, send us a DM on Instagram, wherever. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Let us know what you want to know, and we will possibly make a future episode. Also, like, for the people who saw our Silverstone vlog, it is currently down, but we will make another version of it because there were some images that we're actually not allowed to use because of obviously the mentioned strict F2, F3 rules, but we'll make a version of it where they are not there, where it's just us talking about it. So you can also look forward to hopefully seeing that being back up again soon, if you haven't watched it already.
That will give you a much deeper, in-depth explanation of like our entire weekend. So follow us on socials because we will post when that is back up again.
Yes. And moving on to the next question that we got. Who is your favorite feeder series driver? Which I feel like it won't be a surprise what your answer is going to be, but maybe it will be. Like, there's a couple of good choices.
The thing is, I can't like just say one.
No, there are too many.
Yeah, and then I have to break it up with like categories also.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't. Do I have a favorite in F1 Academy at the moment? I really support them all. I'd say I'm really rooting for Leah Block. I love Leah. She's had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
I think she has more potential, but I definitely say. But I love all of the F1 Academy girls. But if I had to choose one, probably go Leah.
I'm actually surprised you're not going for Chloe.
I love Chloe as well.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Well, Chloe Chambers, to clarify, because there are two Chloes this season.
I love Chloe Chambers. I feel like this is going to be weird to say. I like her in like a... I mean, I think she could win the championship 100%. And I'm very excited for F1 Academy to come back on our screens because it's been a while. Same. But I've had more alliance to Leah because of last year as well. I was a very big Leah fan. I really wanted to meet her at the Williams fan zone. She's not there. She's never there.
No. Sometimes. Maybe one day.
But I love Chloe as well. She's probably... She's definitely close, like second or third.
Makes sense. If we're going F1 Academy for me, I think it won't be much of a surprise. No. But like number one would obviously be Albert Larsen, which like obviously she'll most likely be driving for Ferrari next year because she will be a part of the Ferrari Driver Academy. So that will be very interesting. Also, like I am very interested to see if she's gonna make a move in terms of teams as well. Obviously we don't know, it's too early to say. Like we all know, like dream scenario for me would be her changing to Prema, like manifesting going on over here. For those who are only listening, not watching, I'm literally having like a Alba magazine front cover thing next to the Prema cap, so please, like that would be insane. I would actually die. But it's like very close to Alba. It will obviously be Doyan also because I'm a Mercedes girly. I really want to see her win the championship this year, but it's super close. Like I can't wait for F1 Academy to be back because it's an insane championship we are being fed this year.
Yeah, definitely. It's so close. It's like F2 as well.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, F3, do you have like, obviously you have a favorite driver?
I have a favorite. I'm very vocal about my favorite.
Yeah, it won't come as a surprise.
My favorite one.
Yes.
So my favorite is Raf Kumar. I got to meet him at Silverstone. Very, very lovely. I'm so excited to see what he can do in the future. I want him back at Prema as well.
Yeah, like take our boy home, please. Because for those who don't know, he did race in Prema in Formula Regional European Championship. I actually don't know if he also drove for them previously, but he definitely did drive for them last year in that championship. In Freca, yeah. I also hope to see him back in Prema at some point. Like, obviously he's still he is still at an Italian team, but it's like it's not the same.
No.
It's not Prema. Also, like with F2, he definitely won't be staying with Triton. Like that's the only thing I can say.
Yeah. Who is? I mean, I feel like I know who your F3 is.
Well, go with. Now it's just like this is the part of the episode where it's just gonna sound like I'm complete patriotic Danish person.
You're allowed to be. You're allowed
to be like.
You
that's
have
true.
Drivers to be patriotic over.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, really, really lucky to have that, obviously, because you don't at the moment. Fingers crossed we will get a South African driver in some higher up series soon.
F3, please. I just need F3, and then I'm like gonna be like decked out in like flags and stuff.
100%. But obviously, my favorite driver, for those who don't know, who is a Danish person on the grid, is Noah Stromsdal in F3. I have to. He has to be my favorite driver, and I can just see him staying with Trident next year. Like, he will be up there because already in his rookie season this year, he's pretty high up. Like, if we look, like, if we take Rafa out of the picture, he is like the next highest ranked rookie this season.
Very,
so yeah,
very
definitely
impressive.
has to be Noah. Yeah, I also did meet him in Silverstone. The only time the whole weekend I spoke Danish, it felt very weird. Like going up to him speaking Danish for the first time in what felt like ages, but he was super nice as well.
That's lovely.
Yeah, and he did smile on my picture, which is insane because for those who have seen Noah, he's not the most expressive person. And moving up to F2. Do you have a favorite driver in that series? Because I'm saying this, but we all know that you do.
I'm actually very vocal about my favorites. I like to bring them up whenever I can.
Yes, as you should.
I have two in F2. I have one who's above. Okay, I have Pepe Marti, who's like my driver, right? I know Red Bull Junior. I myself don't understand where it came from, but I love him. And like I'm not a Red Bull girlie, I'm a McLaren girlie in F1 terms. But when we go to the juniors, I can share my love around with the junior teams.
Yeah.
But then I also really, really, really love Luke Browning, and he's also one of my drivers. And I mean, he's my prediction to win the championship. So yeah, those are my top two. I have a lot more because I also really love Sebastian Montoya, Prema.
Yes.
But yeah.
Obviously.
Those are the ones I'm going to mention.
For me in F2 this year is difficult because I don't really have like a favorite driver in F2. And I think it's just because I'm scarred from like supporting Fred so hard in F2 in 2023. And like the pain of like being so passionate about one driver and then just bad luck after bad luck. Like it was pure depression some of those race weekends. It's like I'm not healed yet. I'm not ready to have a favorite driver in F2 because I get too emotionally invested. So this year my plan was to like casually support Christian Mansell, and then he's not even here. So this is just my luck in F2.
Well.
Exactly. And I was like only a week before the season was supposed to start. I'm like, well, who am I going to support now then?
You're not going to Amory Cordial.
No, obviously not. So by default, my favorite drivers are also just like the Prema drivers. Actually, I did say to Gabriel Minida, like literally in Silverstone, I said to him, I don't have any favorite F2 drivers right now, but I love you, your race engineer, like Petro. So that is something.
What?
I have a favorite race engineer in F2.
What did he say?
I think I mentioned it like, I had like Fred's race engineer as my favorite, and then he mentioned that, oh, it's my race engineer now. I'm like, I know. Yeah, exactly. So I think that was just his response. But he was pretty cool about it. Yeah. So yeah, just anyone from Prema, drivers or race engineers apparently. But yeah, obviously.
Team principal.
Yeah. Also like, let's get Renee into it as well. You go. So yeah. That is where I stand right now. Also, like, very peaceful to not be hardcore supporting anyone this year because obviously it's so tight in the championship. I would not be able to handle it.
It's hard out here.
It is. No. I also like for you, obviously, with Luke still being in it and like Pepe not completely in the mix, but like not far away either.
Exactly. It's every weekend I'm stressed and I'm always watching where Luke is specifically because like. Also, I would like my prediction to be right. So then I'm like really backing Luke.
Yeah, my predictions are just out the window. Like, I feel like across like all the series as well. Like, it's not gonna be fun looking back at that video at the end of the season because F1 Academy, I'm definitely wrong. I'm not gonna say who it is because we will like make a whole episode about it. F3, we obviously know I was wrong, but I will take like half a win for just like I was so sure it's gonna be a Trident driver. Yeah, and I just like literally randomly pick one. It didn't end up being Rafa. So didn't get that one right. And then in F2, I'm definitely not right because I said Mini. So like a miracle and a half would have to happen for him to even get in the mix at this point.
Unfortunate. I mean, who could have thought he would have had this season? It, like, going into it,
Yeah. Honestly.
your bets, like, I mean, if you're thinking, like, what Fornaroli is doing at the moment, you could so be in it if that was Mini.
Yeah, because it was so close between them in F3, so, like, with that mentality, it could have been right in F2. And, like, in the beginning of the season, I looked so on it. Like, literally first race weekend, and it was Mini on pole before he got the grid penalty, like, grid drop. But I looked on it, and I also said, like, oh, it could also be, like, the ART driver that hadn't been announced yet, which turned out to be Victor Martins. Started out so great, at least in qualifying, that, like, everything, nope. It's just not going to plan. But it's fine.
Definitely. It's fine. It's okay. We don't, we're not experts here.
No, really not. And also, like, betting on who is going to win a feeder series championship is like, please never put money on anything, because literally anything can happen. Like, also, like, who going into the season would have actually said Richard for sure might very well win it in his 5th season.
Literally insane.
Yeah, so you never know in feeder series. We also have been yapping for too long. So before we wrap up this episode, we have one final question, which is, do you prefer F2 over F3?
And can I tell you who asked us this question?
Yes.
Sebastian Montoya. Okay, he didn't submit it now.
No.
But he asked us at Silverstone when we were just talking to him. And honestly, it's such a difficult question. And I was like on the spot, like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of have to say F2 because he's here. But then he also mentioned that he loves F3 as well, and the racing's so good.
Yeah.
It really, for me, as I said to Sebastian, depends on the weekend. And I can only assess after the weekend because chaos, I love a bit of chaos. And chaos can happen in both F2 and F3 and the weekends. So then I like to just choose one after the weekend. But if I really had to choose, I'd probably say F2 because I also love to see potential drivers move up and then go to F1 and I'm like, I saw them win the championship, you know.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not often that drivers do make the jump to F1 slightly as much as we would love to see every person doing well in F2 move up to F1. But it is nice whenever someone successfully moves up, even though it can also sometimes be controversial with who makes the jump, especially because it's not always the person who actually wins the championship.
No. Yeah, I remember when Isaac got up, I was like, whoa, what is happening here? But what I really loved was I supported Gabriel Bortoleto. I was going to say Gabriel Mini.
Yes, I'd say, well, what do you know in the future? That hasn't
I don't know.
Yet.
I supported Gabriel Bortoleto last year. He was one of my drivers, like one of my main ones. And it was just so good to see him win the championship and go to stake. And now this year, be really competitive in stake. And then I'm like, ha 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 ha, I've been here. I've known what's up. I like it.
Yeah. That is also why people should watch F2 and F3, because you get bragging rights of like knowing this person is like really good, obviously. Like most of the times. Anyway, sometimes things can go wrong in F1. But that's another story. But yeah, obviously back to the question of like, which do I prefer, F2 or F3? I also did mention to Montoya, like, no, I kind of have to say F2, but he was definitely like, no, you don't have to, like, obviously. But my answer back then is still the same, which is also I prefer F2, at least most of the time, because I do really like the strategic element of actually having pit stops in the future race, which is like not a thing in F3, unfortunately. I really think it could be extremely chaotic if they added in pit stop. Like, can you imagine? Also, because obviously the teams having 3 cars, like, if something happens, everyone has to pit, like, that would be madness. There's a reason why there's not pit stop, probably.
You can't triple stack.
No, like, That's not a thing, but it does like shake things up quite a bit sometimes in F2, and also like sometimes a alternative strategy can also give you an advantage. So that is an intriguing element that I really like in F2, and also like yeah, that is the closest step to F1. So everything feels so much more final and like very much on the line where like this is the year now when you're in F2 or like how many years you're there, you have to perform now to like prove to
The
F1
pressure.
teams.
It's the pressure.
Yeah, it is on. And like everyone are watching you, which they also are in F3, but like F2 is just like another level.
Yeah. And we do get more F2 races, so maybe I'm a little bit more biased.
Exactly, because like obviously F3 is like done when we get to Monza or like Madrid next year, but like still that's super early in the season. Like I need more.
I know. I really wish that they had, or just like even if you have like another big break, but then give me the final in. I guess we couldn't really.
It's Abu Dhabi, the final.
Yeah, but it wouldn't. They already have. They have F1 Academy there, don't they?
No,
not
did they
this
have it
year
last
anyway.
Year? There must have been that last year because like it was the final with F1. Also, like, and we don't even have the F1 Academy calendar for next year as well, which is freaking me out and like annoying. Like I need to know where they're going, and we don't.
We think Silverstone is the rumors on Twitter, but who believes the rumors on Twitter? But the rumblings are we're getting it at Silverstone.
I would actually die if that happened because we are gonna be in Silverstone again next year, and like hopefully, I need to experience.
Nothing's secured. Yeah, okay. But...
No, but we are going. Okay,
we are.
Like putting it out into the universe. Yeah. So if F1 Academy would be there, like that would just make the weekend perfect, literally. But yeah, I don't even remember what we were at. Yep. But if you like add more races to F3, so like it doesn't end so early. One thing I would love to see was if also like F2, if F2 and F3, I know like with budgets they can't go all over the world like F1 because it would be too expensive for the drivers. But if they were able to go to Brazil, like Sao Paulo Grand Prix, that would be insane. Like imagine. Yeah. Those races would be crazy.
Like winning in Brazil.
Yes. Would be crazy. I would love to see that because it's such a great racetrack. I can't imagine how good the races would be if they were able to drive us at a track like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe we will pitch this to F3 at some point.
Yeah. Like, please do this. Just this one race.
Maybe in the future.
But yeah, who knows? But I guess that was it for the questions for today. And if we didn't answer a question you really want to know the answer to, again, leave it in the comments, send us a DM on Instagram. If you don't already follow us there, please do. Also on TikTok, Twitter. You're missing out on great content. Yeah, so you'll be able to find us pretty much everywhere with like links down below.
We will be back for another episode next week when again we are technically raceless with nothing going on, but we'll be back with another episode weekly. We seem to be sticking to our schedule for now, so follow us on our socials to keep up to date with everything, and we'll see you next time.
Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.